Hi, this is Edward Troxel. In today's tutorial, we're going to continue expanding on the previous tutorial where we had started building the custom command. So we had just started dragging a few items to the screen at the end of the last tutorial, so now let's see what the screen looks like after I have developed it more fully, and then we'll see how to make this screen actually work. So here is our screen now, and I have a label up here that I just named change the text to Keyframe Easings so that we would have a nice title on this screen. Then here's our Find Selected Event button, and I actually renamed the button to BTN for button, Find Event, and then I changed the text to Find Selected Event. Then we added a label. Once again, I just put some dummy information here because we're going to change that in the script, but the name of it is LBL Event Info. Notice I named the button beginning with BTN for button, renamed the label beginning with LBL for label. If we look at this box, we will see that the name of it's a combo box, so I just named it CMB Effect List. We have 4 combo boxes here. This one is CMB Parameter, CMB Keyframes, and CMB Easing Style. And then these are just labels where I've changed the text to identify what the 4 combo boxes are for. Now you see this dashed outline here. That's actually a picture box. So I've named it PCT for Picture Easing Image. And we're actually going to pull an image up in that box. And then we have another button down here which we've named BTN for button, Apply Keyframes. And this button is actually going to add the keyframes to the selected event. Now because we are adding a picture, I have to know where our plugin is located. Actually, I need to know where to find the pictures. So if we go to My Documents, and then we go to Vegas Application Extensions, I have a folder here that I've called Easing Types. And here are all the pictures that we can add to that picture box. So I need Vegas to tell me, where are you located? As long as this and the script are in the same folder, then we should be okay. So let's go back to our Keyframe Easings, the base command here, and we will see that we have added on the onload this line right here, which is getting a string, which I'm calling script file, and I'm getting the string that I'm getting is assembly.getExecutingAssembly.codebase, and then we're getting a substring from that. And now when I'm creating my form, I'm passing my Vegas like we did before, but I'm also going to pass script file. So that requires changing our form again. So when I come over here, I now have to have a string script file in the main form routine. So now we're also passing it the script file. So let's look at some of the other changes we've made here. First of all, under Vegas, My Vegas, I've created another public string called My Path. And then these are some more variables that we're going to use later. I need to know what event is selected, and it's just a track event. I need to know whether or not the video is selected. Was the clip that we selected a video clip? And then I need to know the selected effect, and those are all going to come from the various drop-down boxes. So I've added these variables up here just to hold that information. Down here, after the initialized component, which is there by default, I've added some more information here. So I've changed the event info text to nothing because no event has been selected yet. And then in the effect list, I've added this item, no events have been selected. And then I want to make sure that that one is shown, so I changed the effect list selected index to 0. And then I want to set up the easing types. What that's going to do is in this combo box here, it's going to fill it up with all the types that are possible. That way, we can then easily select the type that we want. So to set up the easing types, here's what I've done. The first one I've added is none selected. That way I can set that as the default, and then it will force you to choose the one that you want to use. The rest of these, every line is exactly the same except for the name has been changed slightly to match the names of the pictures actually. This one is called Ease In Sign, and the picture is actually named Ease In Sign.png. So if we come over here and look at our pictures again, we have an Ease In Sign.png. And then we have the next line is Ease Out Sign. So we have our Ease Out Sign.png. Every one of these is named exactly the same as the picture, and it will give us actually what that one does, so that way we know what each one will do. Next, we set the selected index to 0 so that it's going to show none selected, so that it will force you to select one. And that is all the setup easing types does, and then it's done. The form is loaded. Basically, this is going to say no event has been selected. This is not going to have anything in it. This is not going to have anything in it. This is not going to have anything in it. This is going to have the list of styles, and it's going to say none have been selected. You could then select a style at that point, but it would still do nothing because no events have been selected yet. So now we have to figure out what's going to happen when we click this button and when we change each of these things, and when we click on this button. So the first thing that we have to do is find the selected event. So if I just double click this, it's going to take me to the Find Event click, which is right here. So this is what we're going to do when we click on that button. It's a lot of stuff, so let's go through it a piece at a time. First thing I want to do is make sure that my selected event is nothing. That way if we click that button and nothing is selected, then I have reset this to nothing. Then I'm going to clear out the parameters items and make sure that the text is reading nothing. I'm going to clear out the keyframes and confirm that the text is reading as nothing. Then I'm going to go for each track in myvegas.project.tracks, then for each event in my track.events, if the event is selected, then I'm going to set the selected event, this variable up here, the one that is at the very top as well, to my event. Then I'm going to set selected video, which you noticed up at the very top, we have selected video is our Boolean. It's going to be true or false. It's whether or not this is a video clip. So let's come back down here, and we're going to set our selected event to myEvent.isVideo. So if it is video, that will be true. If it is not video, that will be false. Then I'm going to put some information about that event into the event info. So I changed the .text to event, and then I want it to say it's my index plus 1, so that it'll tell me which event it is on the track, whether it's the first one, the second one, the third one, so forth. And then I'm going to tell me which track it is on, which is going to be my track.index plus 1. Remember, the indexes are always 0 based, so to match what you see on the screen, we're going to add plus 1. And then I'm going to actually give you the media path so that we know that this really is the event we're wanting to look at. So now if we have found an event, I'm going to go ahead and break out of this loop because I only want to find the first one. If selected event is not equal to null. Coming on down, I'm going to change the effect list by clearing all of the items out of that effect list. Now, if this is a video clip, then I'm going to get the video event, which I just called VEVNT, by changing the selected event to a video event. Then, if the number events.count equal to 0, I'm going to add an item in this selection box that says there's no effect on this event, and I'm going to select the index to 0. Otherwise, I'm going to add an item that says select the effect to be adjusted. Then I'm going to change the selected index to be 0 so that it shows this text so that I know that that's what I need to do next. And then for each effect in the video event.effects, I'm going to add the effect description. For this else, if it was not video, then I'm going to add in an item that says audio effects are not supported, at least at this time. So right now, audio effects would not be supported, then I will display that message right there. So in this tutorial, we've learned how to add the additional things we needed to figure out where the pictures were going to be. We've added some additional variables at the top of our code to hold some information. We've learned how to find the selected event and how to list all of the effects so that we can then choose the effect that we want to use. In the next tutorial, we'll continue on, and hopefully in a couple more tutorials we'll have this custom command finished. Please join me for the next one. Let me know if you have any comments, and let me know if you have any questions. Please sign up at www.JETDV.com and subscribe on YouTube to get further notifications on when new videos are presented.